So look, your body's a lot stronger than your brain sometimes. And you gotta catch your brain up. Your muscles will be ready to keep going. Your brain will have its limit. You know what I'm saying? And be like, I can't do no more. And then your body will follow suit. But when you can break the mental barriers, you'll notice, damn, I can do way more. I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I had way more in me. So I think that's an example of like feeling like you can't, like you exhausted, you about to, you overwhelmed, and then being clear that, this is just how I feel to be pushing yourself more than you ever have, demanding more. That's just the natural way to feel when you press your line and press yourself to produce more and to be better. You know what I'm saying? Your body's a lot stronger than. You know what I'm saying? It's a large profit margin on the long shots. Okay. You know what I mean? So it's like, very few people bet on the underdog. But if you would have, you would have won big. And that happened to be we bet on ourselves as underdogs. I sold my Rolex chain and my Alpinas and bought studio equipment. You know what I'm saying? And it was the best decision I made. I shut down my spot. I was hustling. And I stopped hustling and went broke for a time and started getting treated different by girls because I wasn't balling as a teenager no more. And people started looking like I fell off. And I dealt with all that. But it was the best decision I made. And that was an example of me betting on the long shot, which was rap music, and myself, you know what I mean? And it's a large profit margin because I made so much more money off of buying that equipment than I would have if I just stayed in my bracket as a hustler. It's a large profit, a lot of positions. There's no manual for that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do a lot of like self-evaluation, and you gotta do a lot of hard decision making. But you gotta. I think that if you committed to progress and you committed to success, that you're gonna figure it out based on survival and necessity. It's tricky, man, because it's a lot of mental reprogramming you gotta do more than anything, more than removing yourself from an environment. You have to mentally reprogram yourself for success. I be juggling. You know what I'm saying? I juggle a lot. I play a lot of positions. You know what I mean? So my mentality when I do start to be like, damn, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's what it's supposed to feel like. If you are going toward what the vision look like, and that's like greatness. That's, on multiple levels. That's the vision that I'm working toward. So I'm like, I just think about that. Like, this shit ain't supposed to feel, comfortable. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to stretch you. It's supposed to be a burden to a degree. And you gotta, wrap your mind around that and accept it and embrace it. And you catch some wisdom off of that. You know what I mean? One thing I noticed about myself, I think, thoughts is powerful in all facets. Because even my career, even my life, things end up turning out exactly how I visualized it. Not in this time frame I expected, but I just had clear visions. And your thoughts powerful. That shit come to life if you stick to your script. The name of the brand obviously is a marathon. And it just stands for endurance. It stands for staying down. It stands for like not quitting. Accepting the ups and downs of whatever game you commit yourself to and riding it out, you feel me? That's the reality of success or greatness, that it comes with a roller coaster ride. I think that anybody could apply the marathon concept to what they do. If it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever. You on a marathon. One thing I noticed, you gotta have whoever you surround yourself with. You around 10 broke niggas, you gonna be the 11th one. You around people that have high standards for themselves, or high integrity, got high standards for their friends, for their people. That's gonna rub off, and you're gonna have that type of energy around you. So if you with somebody and they somebody that's high energy or a powerful person, that's motivation for you to stay on top of your game. Whoever you surround. Blind can't lead the blind, bro. Yes, somebody gotta have a vision.
Yes, sir.
You gotta follow who got the vision. You know what I'm saying? So if you're stuck on stupid, I ain't gonna judge you or have no disrespect for you, but I'm
gonna be over here.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna follow you or take heed to your opinion. You're gonna have to follow what I'm doing.
I heard
and
that.
After a while, that way of thinking versus this way of thinking, more people lean toward this way because of the results. Blind can't lead. It's just about, a mentality, in my opinion. Just, how to take your lumps in life. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna take your L's. You're gonna have your ups and downs. So just a philosophy or a point of view on how to look at the journey. You know what I mean? You got where you at, you got where you trying to be, and then you got all this shit in between that's not gonna matter when you get here. It's just about
fucking suck. When it says in the Old Testament, worship no other gods than me, the implication I offer is that we are a species that worships, and if you do not access the divine, you will worship the mundial, you will worship the profane, you will worship your own identity, you will worship your belongings, you will worship the template laid before you by a culture that wants you, but gets you distracted and relatively dumb. And it says in the Old Testament, worship no other gods.
In that round, when Rocky gets knocked down, and Nicky's saying, stay down, and he's getting up, Apollo Creed thinks that he knocked him out. When you see Apollo Creed turns around, arms in the air, I fucking got him. Do you see when he turns around and looks at Rocky and watches him get up, and Rocky gets his gloves and motions him to come to him? Apollo puts his head down and just goes like this. It's not so much Rocky getting up, that's big for me. Apollo Creed's face became every motherfucker that verbally and non-verbally, I got them all. I got them all on that, you know that little wheel you have with everybody's name on it and phone numbers and shit? I got them all in that motherfucker in my head. And I spin that bitch every motherfucking day. I know right now, whether you hate me, love me, whatever you want to think, I made it. In that
Dolph a millionaire, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like Dolph got $1 million worth of cars. Dolph got everything, you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff going on. And besides all of that, before all of that materialistic stuff, Dolph is a man that would take like all his responsibilities serious. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna provide on my all of that, you know what I mean? And guess what? All my partners you see with me, they kings too. You know what I mean? Like you can't even sit with me, you can't ride with me, we can't do business or nothing, bro, if you don't feel like you're a king. Dolph a millionaire.